تاکای جان، تاکای ویرانی، با خاطر عزیز جان، مادرم مریض است.
I want to give you a message. There is a room for your passion. Come and help these traumatized Afghans.
The tragedy of over 2 decades of war in Afghanistan has finally ended. But the memories of the killing and destruction still remain in the minds of people. Feelings of fear, disappointment and hopelessness are shared by large numbers of Afghans who were witness to the inhumanity and senseless cruelty of the long years of conflict.
مثلا دستما سبب شوانا میگردی دیگری میگردی.
This man had once been a fighter in the war and admits that he had killed many people and looted many houses. He is now psychologically disturbed by an overpowering sense of regret and guilt and fear and has come to the hospital for help. There are many people like this man who have quit fighting, but the trauma of war is still very much there in their minds and continues to disturb them emotionally and mentally. The question is, what happens to the person whose house has been destroyed, whose child has been killed or disabled? Some have become the victims of extreme sorrow in Afghan into depression. Others have become insane and wander in the streets, acting aggressively towards strangers, calling them the murderers of their happiness. Poverty and homelessness are aggravated the despair felt by Afghan people and made them doubt that they will ever be able to live a life of peace and dignity again. This woman was a teacher. After the school where she worked was destroyed, rendering her jobless like thousands of other Afghans, she had no other choice but to leave her country and seek refuge in neighboring countries, especially Pakistan. Finding no employment in Pakistan, she was reduced to begging to sustain herself and her family. She gave opium to her young child so that he would sleep the whole day and leave her free to go out to beg. Like her, there are many other beggar women who drag their children for the same reasons. Children who should grow up healthy end up being addicted from the earliest years of their lives. Another issue that has endangered the mental health of most Afghans is the common use of sleeping pills and illicit drugs without the doctor's prescription. The problems are many, but what are the resources we have in Afghanistan to tackle this important problem? There are very few mental health centers in Afghanistan where mentally and psychologically traumatized people can be helped. The few that exist do not have enough facilities. The survey by WHO 2000 gives us valuable insight in the dismal situation of the mental health care system in the country. This table provides some important information. This situation forces hundreds of people to come to Pakistan for treatment every day. Some health agencies have started training programs for health workers to carry out primary health care services and also help mental patients. But the basic problem is the severe shortage of mental health specialists.
The magnitude of mental health problems amongst the Afghan population inside Afghanistan as well as amongst Afghan refugees inside Pakistan is tremendous. One can realize that 50% of the population who come to mental health clinics in Northwest Frontier Province are Afghan refugees. And through my experience inside Afghanistan, when I visited Kabul and Jalalabad, I found out that the scenario is even worse. There are very little facilities for training problems, for health delivery system, and particularly the children and women mental health problem. I have a message and I have an appeal to the international community. I feel that the present allocation of budget for mental health problem inside Afghanistan is nothing, absolutely minimum. If the international community doesn't come to rescue this particular kind of population, I believe in the forthcoming years, the problem becomes horrendous. And then it will be out of proportion and very difficult to control.
Treatment of mental illnesses in Afghanistan is not an easy task because most people still think that mental disorders are incurable. Others turn to spiritual healing at holy shrines and by using amulets. The long-term war has affected the minds and souls of Afghan people so badly that it might take years for them to heal enough for them to be able to live reasonably normal